of chocolate sets, and I'm gonna try them later. I didn't want to eat them after lunch. And then you guys are gonna love this. They gave me a Legal Shield cup, and it also says ID Shield on the other side. So, and there's stuff in there. There's candy in there, and I got one of Vicky's "You Are Enough" people.
You are enough people.
Well, this is part of the "You Are Enough" campaign.
Is that like custom made?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. It looks like it was cut somewhere. But anyway, I have 2 of those, and then also this is the Party Bubble champagne, and so I'm not sure. I forgot what this was for, but I don't know what I think it's bubbles. I'm not really sure. I'm not the brightest person sometimes. Anyway. Champagne Party Bubbles. So I don't know. I have to.
For making bubbles, blowing bubbles at a party.
I guess. I don't know. I've never seen this before. It's made in China.
What is it?
But anyway, it was a gift because I'm doing good in Legal Shield. And of course, it all came in this beautiful purple bag. It's very nice. So yeah, so I just had a 2-hour lunch with these guys, and I have some pictures over. I posted on Instagram, and then also over on. I know Vicky has some too, and I haven't gotten them yet, but there's a couple more. So it was a fun meeting. It was it's fun, and believe it or not, I also have half of my food left. This is I didn't even eat any of my fries. Like here, you see this?
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, my Chipotle chicken tenders, which are super, super good.
It sounds good.
They are really, really good. Yeah. Anyway.
As she eats the French fries.
They're actually cold now. They kind of taste icky. But anyway, so that was what I just came back from. And driving the freeway out here, it is so bright out here as far as light and stuff. It's just so bright. I you know how when you drive, sometimes you just feel tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I was like, okay, I need to drive this 45-minute drive and not fall asleep. That's how I was feeling. So
that's like good.
Yep. But how cool that I got my own Legal Shield cup, man. I don't even have to order my own. So, oh, by the way, there is Legal Shield training tonight with Vicky and Terry as well. So those of you who are on my team, if you're available, you should come. They'll be there.
I was accused of believing in God. Was it falsely?
So anyway, okay, so you had a show.
Daniel Wright.
Yeah. So I can't see any comments or anything. Is anybody saying anything about anything I'm sharing?
Not that I've seen. Well, Melody did say how cool and chocolates at one point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Fitch Slap one because I gotten enough of those myself.
Yeah.
But I will always cherish my minion.
I'm glad.
I have to see the movie. I've never seen the movies. I don't even know. So.
Nor have I.
But that's an inside joke, though, so that's why it's funny. Yes, I was very surprised, actually. So I'll tell you more later, privately.
Okay.
So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get off now, or do you want me to somehow join in your show without...
Well, if you want to join in somehow, I'm going to try to return to where I was.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically going back to what Peter said, just so you know, is that if you're reproached for the name of Christ,
Wait. So should I get off?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know so I can determine what to do.
Well, if you want to contribute to the dialogue, that's good.
Okay, let me see how. Okay, yeah, my battery's good. How much more time do you think we have?
I don't know. 10 minutes?
Okay, I can do that.
I started late, so.
Okay.
All right. Stay, says Sean.
What?
Sean says stay.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I says speak. No, I'm kidding.
You're lucky I'm an easygoing person, mister.
Yeah, Melanie says stay as well.
Okay. Good. Hey, Melanie, I love you. I love you, Melanie. Son, I'm not sure about yet.
No, Sean said stay. Melanie said stay. I'm the one that joked about saying speak, so.
Oh, be nice to me. Okay.
All right. And Mia posted on Twitter and invited followers. All right. Thanks, Mia.
Oh, so this is actually a bottle of bubbles.
Okay.
That you actually. How cool is that, man? That is super cool. I never even saw anything like this before. All right. Anyway, back to the serious stuff.
All right, serious stuff. So if you're reproached for the name of Christ, you should be happy, for the Spirit of glory and of God rests upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. So if people may invent some other things. They may invent, some wholesale allegation or accusation. But if their primary contention with you is that you're displaying Christian character, then that's something to get excited about. I don't know what she's doing.
That's funny.
You think so?
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
you
You should be really excited. Yes, you should jump up and down with joy when that happens.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you gonna go off video or stay off video?
Well, Vicky used to send me a whole bunch of pictures.
All right.
Okay, I just wanted to see him. Okay, I'm back.
All right, welcome back. So if the the main contention against you is your Christian character, that's an awesome thing. That means, again, the Spirit of glory and of God rests upon you. If you are so Christian that it actually annoys people, unbelievers, then
I'm so Christian it annoys actual believers.
Anyway, so I want to pull up a couple more stories dealing with what people are being accused of, but looking at what those accusations are. Let Stacy sniff her chocolates, and I will.
It's just so tempting. I don't know what it is, though.
In High Point, North Carolina, a chaplain has been accused of giving Bibles to Muslim inmates at jail.
Wow.
Of all the despicable things one could do.
What a minion.
Yeah. Rick Taylor was let go from the position as chaplain on Monday. Taylor is an evangelist who had worked with the High Point Jail Ministry since October 2018. According to an article in the High Point Enterprise, Taylor said he would give Bibles to Muslim inmates, some of whom would push their Quran across the table and say they don't need that after getting the Bible. That wouldn't be unusual. There are many a former Muslim who have have discarded the Quran in favor of Scripture once they get to see what's in it. And anyway, and he's quoted as saying, I did not tell anybody to take a Bible. I always asked whether they would like a Bible, said Taylor. And I can tell you from my own experience in jail ministry, um, uh, sidewalk ministry, whatever it is, that's always the case. I've never said, here, take this. Or not even with the, oh, here, take this. This is, you need to take this. It'll be good for you. I've never, it's always, would you like? Would you like to have one? Would you like a Bible? Even this, un regalo para usted, ¿quieres? A gift for you. Would you like it? And, wherever and whenever. And I'm sure he's the same. It doesn't do any good to push a Bible on someone. So, anyway, the fact that Muslims were recipients of it, then he's in hot water and lost his position as a chaplain, because how dare he give Bibles to people as a jail chaplain, as a Christian jail chaplain, he gave Bibles. So apparently he's committed a great offense by doing that, since some of the recipients who are Muslim.
But and again, the double standard, because if it was a Muslim who was giving out Qurans to Christians, would there be the backlash that there is the other way around?
Internally, maybe not. Maybe not externally. People don't dare say anything about that religion and peace because it's so peaceful. And we're going to get into that. Yeah. Anyway, an earlier statement dated March 30 reacted to the comments made by Taylor. And so this was from the Guilford County Sheriff's Office. And I thought this was I guess they don't have a proofreader, or they don't. Anyway, I'll show you. Yeah. Since it's one sentence, just pick it up. Well, maybe not. Pick it here. The Guilford County Sheriff's Office recognizes that all inmates are free to worship the religion of their choice. That struck me as funny. You can worship a religion. Forget the deity. Whomever it is, worship a religion. And they're free to worship the religion of their choice. And many people do. They worship a religion. It's doctrines and it's notaries and that thing, without actually really the spirit in the sky. Yeah. Having to do, with the actual, a deity or whatever. Anyway, so that's one person accused. He's accused of giving Bibles to Muslims. That's the point of contention against this guy. And he's no longer a chaplain because of it, which is, I think, ridiculous.
Well, he's still a chaplain in heart,
Yeah. Yeah, not at that jail anymore.
Right.
Right.
I mean, the gifts and callings of God are irrevocable. Right? So just because some person decides, you can no longer practice in this job or whatever, doesn't mean that calling is taken off the believer's life, which is, I think, is important.
Yeah, good point.
I remember Kim Hill, the Grammy-nominated worship singer, when she was on our show years ago. She was divorced, but she wasn't divorced because of anything that she did. It was, her husband was abusive. And so it was a biblical divorce, but a lot of people, because she was divorced, very much like what happened with Amy Grant, they kind of disowned them and stuff like that. It's kind of like, That. And anyway, I never forgot when Kim said that on my show. She said, the thing that got her through was, even though the churches were rejecting her as the singer and all this other stuff, the gifts of God, the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable.
I
So,
was just about to bring that up in Romans chapter 11. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the callings of God, 11:29, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. What he's given you and called you to can't be taken away by the sheriff's department or anyone else.
Right.
Good points. Good stuff.
I'm glad I could have contribute to Bible News Radio.
Yeah, you do. You do occasionally. No.
Well, I got a picture of myself with all of the Fitches, and at the end I said, now all you guys just got a picture with Bible News Radio, so keep it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so all right, another article here.
That was supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
LOL. Right. Another article.
Your LOL is fake because you're not really LOLing.
I know. This coming out of Pakistan, AsiaNews.it. 200 families in Karachi flee after 3 young Christian women are accused of blasphemy out of revenge. And as we see, the incident occurred in the city's predominantly Christian Farooqi Azam district. After their arrest and release, the victims went into hiding at an undisclosed location. The false charges provoked the reaction of radicals. Charges of desecrating the pages of the Quran saw 3 young Christian women, including 2 minors, placed under arrest. It was later discovered that none of the charges were true, but by then the news had spread across their Karachi neighborhood, provoking a violent reaction by local Islamic radicals who forced some 200 Christian families living in the area to abandon their homes to save themselves. In Pakistan, the accusation of blasphemy, even without evidence, triggers action by Muslim extremists. Thankfully, Christian clerics were able this time to intervene quickly and mediate the affair, which ended peacefully. And I'll just stop there. But there's a case where Stacy is looking at her photographs.
How can you tell I'm doing that?
Huh?
How can you tell I'm looking at the photograph?
Because your video is no longer up.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
we just have your name. So, here's a case where obviously they were 3 young Christian women characterized by their Christian character, and finding no valid accusation against them, offended by their Christian character. It doesn't, that offended by their Christian character, didn't suffer as thieves or murderers or busybodies or evildoers.
I'm back.
Obviously the contention against them is that they were Christian, and what was invented is these false charges of blasphemy, that they desecrated pages of the Quran. And so it was later discovered that none of the charges were true. But I would say this is a case of someone, just like the chaplain, that suffering as a Christian, not suffering for doing something else. They're not didn't do anything else. One guy was accused of giving Bibles to Muslims. If anybody's accused of, an illicit affair or thievery or whatever, it seems like it wouldn't go far or get started, if there wasn't something to give somebody reason to believe that. And so, anyway, I'm thinking that, why the title, why are accused, what are you, or what have you been accused of? Going back to Colossians 4, verse 5, Walk in wisdom toward outsiders, making the best use of the time. Let your speech always be gracious, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer each person. And so and as is in Ephesians, Paul says to walk circumspectly, to walk wisely. It's because he says because the days are evil. And so there are all sorts of people and all sorts of things looking to trip you up, whether it be the devil himself or just unbelievers, to find cause to accuse you of something, bring some allegation, which is why I think Paul says to the Thessalonian church to abstain from every appearance of evil. And
I hear the cat.
Yep.
Does he miss me?
I don't know. He doesn't like what's going on here.
Oh.
He's not thrilled with all the noise, and the air is very dry, and I fed him in a different place this morning. I fed him by the bedroom windowsill, so.
By the way, that reminds me, Terry told me to tell you about Legal Shield and that we should call Legal Shield about what happened.
Okay.
Because he said there could be some type of warranty or manufacturer thing that we don't know about. That could actually, Legal Shield may be able to get the deductible covered.
All right.
He said he had a friend that did that, and that's what happened.
All right.
Can't hurt. I mean, that's why we have the membership.
Yeah, but then, right. All right, we can talk about it offline. But
can't help it, people.
I did want to make a segue into that, but before I do that, I'm going to slide on solo.
Okay, good.
And they can still hear you, just so you know.
Okay.
And I wanted to let you know, if you like what you hear here, and we examine current events from a biblical perspective, and the way we're able to do that is because we're students of the Word. And if you want to be a better steward of the Word, you can find intensive Bible teaching from a Messianic Jewish perspective, that is a biblical perspective.
Right.
From Ariel Ministries. Find them online at ariel.org. And if you find something in the store that you like, don't check out before using the coupon code Bible News, because that will save you 20% on anything at any time in their store. And nope, still not working. There is a new book coming out from the founder, Dr. Arnold Fruchtenbaum, and they show it in the slider. New book. Whoops. Let's see if we can hold it there. It's supposed to be out the middle of this month. There's a buy now button on there, but it still doesn't work. It doesn't go anywhere. So
you might want to email, or I could.
Yeah.
Our contact there.
Yeah, a good idea. I'm just surprised to have it up because I don't think it's available yet, but
I think it comes out near the middle of the month.
Yeah, so I think somebody just kind of jumped the gun with the banner slide there.
Can you imagine somebody actually jumping a gun? Here's the gun.
You never ran track, did you?
No.
They have a starter pistol. So on your marks, get set, go. Bang! They fire the gun, okay. And then you go. If you start leaving your blocks before that pistol fires.
I'm 50 years old and I just learned that. Wow, I can learn something new every day. Mm-hmm. Good to know.
Jumping the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I am so tired. It's not even funny how tired I am.
Even if there's not blocks, sometimes they don't have blocks on a longer race, but there are still marks on the track. Runners to your marks, or sometime shorting on your marks or on your mark. But anyway, get set, and set is a particular position.
I think more than 10 minutes has passed.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we say goodbye to you?
Well, are you going to talk about Legal Shield?
Yes, I am.
Or should I? Okay.
I was going to talk about ID Shield.
Okay.
Because I caught this blog post over on Acronis or Acronis. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Jennifer has an Alexa in this guest room here.
Oh, no.
I have no idea where it is, and it's having trouble connecting to the internet.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing.
I know. But what's really funny is it's kind of gone off in the middle of what the heck? What the heck? I had no idea this was in here. I should probably tell her. Yep. Anyway, that was for free.
Anyway.
Is our audience making any comments? I can't stand not seeing what they're saying, if anything.
Let's see. Danielle said, yes, love it. Are you in California, Stacy? Go. And yes, Stacy is in California.
I'm definitely in California, and I've been all over. I've been on the 22, the 91, the 57, and the 5.
And Danielle says, Stacy, drink a beet juice drink. That's her.
Okay.
That is her health advice, I think.
Well, it's because I'm tired, and it's because I've had a cold, and I've been jumping around from place to place. I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. The only thing I'm just really feeling is like tired. But anyway.
This company, Acronis or Acronis, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but they make backup software. And pretty good backup software. I've used it myself.
Oops, wait a minute. I just missed. Okay, there I am.
Anyway, they over the years they've done these studies of asking people about, related to backup, what kinds of information they'd be most upset about losing. And there's other questions in it, but I'm focusing on this one. And looking at the responses in 2016, 2017, and 2019, I guess there wasn't a survey done in 2018. I don't know, or maybe I don't know. But anyway, which category has taken the lead in 2019? It's personal information and documents. That's what people are most upset about losing. And why do you suppose that is? And this wasn't just about losing things because they weren't backed up, but also due to malware. And there's questions about were they aware of ransomware and things like that. Anyway, 2019, the biggest concern, the type of information that people would be most upset about losing is personal information and documents. And I believe I can tell you why that is. Because now more than ever, that's a huge risk with identity theft. That people are aware, they're left and right of hearing these data breaches and identities being sold on the dark web and stuff like that. And more people are waking up to the fact that it's not about running up charges on your debit card, but about using your identity to commit other crimes.
Right.
So that then there's a warrant out for your arrest. And things go south. And so, protecting yourself against identity theft is an important thing. And one way to shield your personal identity is with ID Shield. Want me to take you off camera?
I'm so tired.
This was my setup. This is my setup to a segue for you to.
Oh, this is good. Okay, go ahead.
That was it.
I know, it was awesome.
Thank you. You missed the moment.
Okay, do it over.
All right. Well, the reason why is the biggest concern in 2019 is because people are more and more aware of identity theft occurring, and
Right.
you know, with these breaches of various institutions and identities being sold on the dark web. And as we find out more and more, it's not just about using your debit card and running up charges on your bank account, but actually stealing your identity and committing crimes with your identity, so that next thing you know, there's a warrant out for your arrest. And so people realize that, you know, when it comes to pictures, videos, music, and work-related documents, all this sentimental stuff, their biggest concern is losing personal information and documents, because that carries a greater risk than any of that. So it's important to protect yourself, to protect your personal identity. And you can protect yourself from identity theft with an identity shield.
That's right.
Yeah.
With ID Shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. ID Shield rocks, people. In case you don't have it, it's super awesome. It's $9.95 a month, and that's for an individual. It's $24.95 for a family, up to 8 people, up to 10 people with 8 children under 18. And we monitor 6 basic areas of identity theft, and we also look at credit. We look at we not only look at credit, we look at your social security, your password, driver's license. We monitor the dark web. We monitor social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and why is it I always forget? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Oh, and Instagram. And we throw in ID Shield Vault, which is a military-grade encrypted password protector for free. And we offer up to a $5 million service guarantee. And we offer full comprehensive restoration, and unlike LifeLock and other places like that, because what that means is we will do is whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to restore your identity back to pre-theft status in the event that something happens. And it's, to me, it's a no-brainer because it gives you peace of mind. You know, and I've shared this before, but I applied for a credit card at Kohl's. I was declined for it despite my great credit rating. And the next day after I did that, I got a notice from ID Shield asking me if I had applied or tried to get a Kohl's credit card. And all I had to do was answer yes or no. And so I said yes. And they're like, okay. So, you know, so it was cool because I wouldn't have known otherwise, you know, that somebody had tried to apply for a card in the event it wasn't me. So there you have it. So it's a great service. Just go here. Go to bit.ly LOJ 2019, or better yet, just message me directly. If you're new to the show and you can't message me because you're not my friend on Facebook, then go over to our Facebook page and just send me a private message over there and just say, hey, I want to learn more. There you have it, people. I had iced tea at lunch, and you would think I would have more energy, but I'm like tired. I need to answer this message that just came in.
All right.
It's from Billy and Tony, and I've been trying to get in touch with them, and they finally responded. So.
All right. Well, I will. Anyway, I will let you go, and then I will wrap this up.
Okay. All right, people. I'll see you later.
Right. Love you, love.
Sorry, everybody. I'm kind of tired.
All
I
right.
too bare face.
Catch up with you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
How do I get out of here?
I'll take care of that. Yeah, I will. Try to anyway. All right. So, good to have your sweet and lovable host join us. In case you've forgotten the title of this episode, um, what do I call it? What have you been accused of? Or something like that. What have you been accused of lately? Oh, wow. All of a sudden, things are going on YouTube and on Twitch. I don't know when that happened. I don't know when we connected, but well, all right. Don't know. Still says over here that it's connecting. And oh well. Anyway, so what have you been accused of lately? Hopefully, it's not something that has any basis in reality, or maybe you've done something that could be construed or misunderstood. Hopefully, you find yourself abstaining from even appearances of evil, and especially as you know the days we live in are evil. It's more important to walk circumspectly, or cautiously and wisely, not as fools, not being careless, because there are people out there who are looking to trip you up and find cause to bring something against you. And if it's because of something you've done that would make some people think something wrong, it's still not good. If we're going to suffer, let it be because of our Christian character, for His sake, for Messiah's sake. Because then, if it's our Christian character, genuine Christian character, that is offensive to people, then we know that the Spirit of glory and of God rests upon us, as Peter wrote in his first epistle, chapter 4. So, yeah. So what that means is to be bold, people, to stand up and go with God, because He really does love you. And let's represent Him well, shall we? Not in our own strength, but by His grace and by His Spirit. And, give no opportunity for the flesh, nor opportunity for anybody to come to wrong conclusions about our behavior. You have a blessed day too, Sean. We have, all things are lawful, but not all things are profitable. The things that we might, toy with or whatever. Maybe it's not, dangerous, but from the outside, someone's gonna look at it and label us hypocrites and all sorts of things. So let's be effective and attractive ambassadors for Christ. So be bold, stand up, go with God, because He really does love you, and so do we. Bye, peeps.